POV, you'd rather risk your life than go through with your arranged marriage. The prince was, by all official records, composed, graceful, dignified, a future king. Unfortunately, tonight he was pacing barefoot across his chamber, hair disheveled. Whispering absolutely not like a sacred chant, an arranged marriage, he muttered for the 50th time, to a stranger, a mysterious, probably very judgmental stranger, outside. Violins played. He stopped pacing, looked at the door, then the window, then back at the door. No, he decided. He marched to the window and flung it open. Cool night air rushed in. Along with aggressively romantic music. Absolutely not. He said again, 10 minutes later. He was on the floor, aggressively knotting bedsheets like a man rewriting fate. People do this all the time, he muttered. Resourceful people, desperate people, which I now am. He tugged the final knot. It held. Good enough. He tossed the rope out the window. It unraveled dramatically. He climbed onto the ledge, swallowed hard, and whispered, "This is fine." Then he started climbing down. One careful step, then another. The stone was cold, the wind dramatic. One step closer to freedom. He murmured. Halfway down. He paused. Something felt off. Is someone watching me? Slowly. He turned his head and froze. Across the courtyard, another window, another rope. And a girl, in formal attire, clinging to knotted bedsheets, staring directly at him. They locked eyes. A beat, another. Then, patrol the east wing. Check the windows. Both their eyes widened. Oh. This was bad. They flattened against the wall, clinging to their ropes like very suspicious decorations. Footsteps echoed below, armor clinked, torches flickered to life, light creeping up the stone walls. The prince held his breath, the girl did too. A guard stepped into the courtyard. Raising his torch. Higher. Higher. The light brushed the prince's boot. He froze. The girl stared at him in pure horror. What was that? The guard muttered. Very slowly. The prince tucked his foot behind the rope. The girl mouthed, "Don't move." Another guard approached. Probably a bird, at this hour. A nocturnal bird. We don't have those. We do now. A long pause. Then the torch lowered. Footsteps retreated. Silence. The prince exhaled shakily. Across from him, the girl did the same. They stared at each other again. This time with the same exact thought. We're both making terrible decisions. They hung there, breathing again. Barely. The prince cleared his throat quietly. So, just to confirm, she squinted at him. Yes, I'm also escaping an arranged marriage. Good. He said, that would have been awkward otherwise. Then you're the prince, aren't you? She said. Yes. She closed her eyes briefly. Unbelievable. You're the bride, he countered. I was hoping you wouldn't figure that out so quickly. You're wearing a literal engagement dress. It was either this or pajamas. Pajamas would have been less suspicious. They both shifted slightly. Their ropes creaked. They both stopped moving immediately. We need to get down, she whispered. Yes, preferably alive. Another small adjustment. A tearing sound from his makeshift rope reached his ears. They both went still. No, she said softly. No, he echoed. More tearing. Okay. That's worse, he added. She looked down, then back up at him. If I fall, I'm not above screaming. I'll catch you. You are also falling. Details. Before either of them could refine this extremely flawed plan, a window above her slammed open. They both flinched. A maid leaned out, shaking a rug, directly above the girl. Dust rained down. The girl squeezed her eyes shut, trying not to cough. The prince watched in horror. The maid paused. Hello, she called into the night. Neither of them moved, did not breathe, did not exist. The maid leaned out further. The girl's rope creaked again. The prince, in pure panic, lightly kicked the wall. A pebble dislodged, clattering loudly below. The maid gasped. What was that? Footsteps again. Guards returning. The girl snapped her eyes open. We're about to die, she whispered. Not if we fall first. He whispered back. That is not reassuring. Snap. Her rope gave out. Time did something strange. It slowed, then didn't. One moment she was there. The next she wasn't. Wait, the prince shouted. Already moving. He lunged sideways, which immediately made everything worse. His rope swung violently, yanking him off balance. Now he was falling too. Perfect. Excellent. Exactly according to no one's plan. She dropped. He reached. Their paths collided in a chaotic, desperate grab that somehow, miraculously worked. For half a second. Then gravity remembered its job. They crashed into a large ornamental bush. With all the grace of two people who had absolutely none, leaves exploded around them. Branches protested. The bush suffered. Silence followed. Are you alive? He asked into the greenery. I think I swallowed a leaf. She replied. That's not a no. What about you? I have made several life mistakes, he said. But I am alive. She laughed. Actually laughed, despite everything. He pushed himself up, blinking at her through stray branches. You're laughing. You jumped after me, she said. That was either heroic or incredibly stupid. I'm choosing heroic. Bold. They sat there for a second, catching their breath. Then, shouts from above. Closer now. They're in the courtyard. Oh, she said. Yep, he agreed. They scrambled to their feet, He grabbed her hand without thinking. She didn't let go. New plan? He said. We run. He grinned. Breathless. Together. Guards burst through the courtyard doors. Stop. They did not. They ran faster through hedges, past statues into the dark. Chaotic stretched beyond the castle grounds, laughing between breaths. Adrenaline bright and wild. Free, or at least determined to be. You realize, she said as they ran. This is a terrible idea. It's an excellent terrible idea. He said. She smiled, didn't let go of his hand, and neither of them looked back. Behind them, the kingdom searched. Ahead of them, the world waited, uncertain, unplanned, completely chaotic, and for once, perfect. They kept walking, not because they had to, but because they wanted to.